This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Man, let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
You are now watching Single on a Saturday Night. No matter what your status, single is complicated, booed up, whatever it is, Single on a Saturday Night is for you. My name is Shelly Shell, your host. This is a special day. I have Mr. Charlie Mack. He is my dear friend. We go back like Arsenio.
Hugs and sunflower seeds.
Exactly. Now, ladies, we go back. He is a community leader, friend to the celebrities, and of course, Charlie Mack loves the kids. But special to me, Mr. Charlie Mack, we are talking to Charlie. It's like my Oprah Winfrey type thing. He is getting married. You represent what club? The 30 plus? What?
No, I'll be 47. I actually get married on my birthday, so I'll be 47 on my birthday.
What? Oh, man. Representing the 40 plus club and getting married. Is this your first marriage?
This is second engagement, first marriage.
Well, yeah, I was getting ready to get into the whole second.
I helped you out.
You did. You got there. So, I mean, second engagement. How did you actually? What happened with the first one? Because that was a shock to me in itself. Because I was at the actual engagement.
Yeah, I did that at the Dell in front of 10,000 people. And I got on the stage. I asked Tina Marie, of course, is a friend of mine, and I told her, and so she said, "Hold up, before we go any further, a friend of mine, Charlie Mack, he wants to do something special." So I brought my young lady actually with me, Maria, which is the mother of my daughter, my 6-year-old daughter, and she was sitting in the front row with, of course, her mother and my mother. And of course, I got on the knee, as he said, chivalry. I got on the knee and I asked her for a hand in marriage. The issue happened, I think, was because a 13-year difference. I moved out on my own when I was 15, so I've been living a long, long time, way before my years, and I just think that a lot of her inexperience, it kind of worked against us, what I mean? So pretty much where I'm at in my head, I need somebody that kind of like had lived through some of the things I've lived through. So I think the inexperience with her probably pretty much kind of brought the demise of our relationship. But we're still the best of friends right now. Absolutely, the best of friends.
I was going to get to that later because, when we go out, when we're out at different events, the fact that you can see, Tasha and Maria, in the same place, chilling, like they just like the best of friends. I'm like, wow. Every time I see it, it shocks me. I'm like, wow.
Well, it shouldn't shock you. The issue is, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. A lot of times what happens, again, I got children by multiple women. So
how many children do you have?
I have 7, 5 daughters and 2 sons. So the issue is, a lot of times what happens is the men are not necessarily done with the women, and the women aren't necessarily done with the men. So they'll get into a relationship and leave things messy. So it gets messy. I have 4 children, mother. I have 4. And again, once I've left, I left. You know what I mean? So I don't go back dipping. Because again, people say, well, once I had her, I can always have her. No, I'm saying if it dissolved, and I try to get to a point where that's my family for the rest of my life. So I take them on as that. Much like a sister or a niece or aunt. I take care of them. That's my family. So those are my children's mother, and they mean the world to me. Like, they gave me the greatest gift that they possibly can give to the world. And so for me, I protect that. And then I think it's really trifling that men would do that because it's disrespectful to the woman, it's disrespectful to the children. You would treat your mother, you would treat the children's mother as if she was some John. Like, I don't play them games. Once we're done on that side. And so I like my oldest children's mother, her fiance at the time asked me to be the best man at their wedding. Again, that's just the type of atmosphere that I'm in. I don't even play them games. Like, I make it very clear. And then you got to think about how vulnerable you are to that man being around your children. So he's going to be my best friend. You know what I mean? So now I'm saying you're in a relationship, you come into a relationship with the father, with the children, with the woman. I'm saying when you come with me, I mean, when you're dealing with somebody that's next to me or dealing with me, I mean, it's a whole situation that's going on. So I'm into that blended family situation because I think that what happens in a breakup, the father and the mother is fine. The kids will get screwed up. So they got to be in an atmosphere that's loving. You know what I mean? I'm about that. It don't matter what it is. It's like our relationship is over, but I don't hate her. You know what I mean? She don't hate me. Hopefully, she don't hate me. But we create a whole different relationship, a new you. And the kids need to see a loving environment.
Absolutely. So you announced your engagement 5 months ago. Was that the actual time you were engaged, or was that just the announcement? He announced it on Urban Expressions, #1. Anyway, so was that the first time, or was it months before that? Because actually the wedding is set, it's ready, it's planned out already. So has it really been 5 months, or was it before that?
It was roughly probably about the time you heard about it, probably about 2 years. About 2 years. I said when you heard about it, it was about 2 years. Really? I was already engaged for 2 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
So, like how did you know? What let you know that you was ready? Like,
God let me know. So I'm gonna let y'all know, just so y'all know. I'm saying so you'll know. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. So just let you know how I get down, you know what I mean? Everything with me, I don't do anything you've heard that I've done, I'm saying coming from the start where I was at 11 years old, writing numbers, to where I am today. It's all the work of God. He worked on me forever. I mean, again, I give it to him, so you just got to know that. So I don't take credit for anything. I'm dumb, deaf, and I'm blind. Whatever I do, I go to God about it. And then he gave that to me, and he told me the time was now. I just feel like any successful man in America is a successful married man. And I'm not saying that if you're single, but I don't know too many gigolos that's successful like that in that way. In terms of what I'm going to do, I'm going to a lot of events. People, especially the way my life is kind of evolving. It's really trifling to me. This is my girlfriend. Like I don't like the way that sounds. I got honored about 3 weeks ago, and they said we got Charlie Mack and I out here, and we have his girlfriend. It just didn't gel. So I'm like, she deserves more than that. I deserve more than that. We deserve more than that. I deserve the people that I interact with deserve more than that. So for me, I just want to be responsible.
Okay.
And so that's how I came.
And I got like a small 2-part question for you. You love your wife, correct?
Fiance at this point.
Fiance, are you in love with her?
Absolutely.
How do you know the difference between loving her and being in love with her?
It's a big difference. I'm saying taking on the responsibility of, that's my responsibility versus like, it's like this is somebody I'm kind of just walking with. I'm saying her life, her being, her existence is mine. I'm taking it on as mine, like that's me. So it's a big difference versus this is somebody I'm just kicking it with. No, it ain't somebody I'm just kicking it with. I look at her as if I'm looking at myself. So that's kind of the way I see it. So I take care of myself, I'm gonna take care of her.
You should be clapping on this. Everybody should be clapping. Listen, we're single on a Saturday night, always trying to get married. So I wanted to know.
Correct that. Everybody is not trying to get married. Please do not start with that again.
Okay, that's going to be the next show thing. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, we want to talk about children. Do you plan to have? I mean, I know you have 7 already, but do you plan to have more children?
Well, the thing about it is, since I became a young adult, I always wanted 10 children. She has 3, but I wanted 10 biologically. So, I mean, again, if the Creator sees for that, like whatever He decides, that's, again, I don't know anything. So I give it to God, and then so shall you ask, so shall you receive. So I always wanted 10, but I think I got the 10 because she has 3 and I got 7, so that's 10.
Well, there you go, the perfect number. This is Single on a Saturday night. When we come back, we're going to hear more from Charlie Mack, and we're going to find out all about your life and what's going on.
Let's dig in.
All right, let's go to a break.
Yo, what's up? This is Reverend Carvin Hagins from Southern Baptist Church, and I'm just reaching out to you just to give you some more truth. The truth is we got to start learning how to love each other. The issue is we don't love each other and we don't love ourselves, so we start doing things to disrespect ourselves and other people. So we have to love each other because love is that glue that brings everything together. And the Word of God tells us that you can have faith, you can have prophecy, you can have gifts, but without love, all of that means absolutely nothing. So what we got to do now is learn how to love each other. Love yourself, love your family, love your friends, love your enemies, love everybody. All right? Easy. Peace.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candidates of all the Single on a Saturday Night group. Alston Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Alston Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show.
Welcome back to Single on a Saturday night. It is Shelly Show. We'd like to thank everyone who helps us make this show possible. DJ Romy Rum on the radio every Tuesday from at 9 o'clock to 12 on 88.1. Of course, Alston Fine Photography and Q's Hair Boutique. And of course, we are right here at Kia Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant, 10 North 9th Street in Darby, PA, the historical borough of Darby, PA. And we're right back. We're here with Charlie Mack. I think Christopher had a question.
Yeah, I had a quick question. Being that you are who you are, and I know you're around a lot of celebrities, how were you able to tell that her love for you was genuine and not just somebody that was just trying to hook up with Charlie Mack?
Again, I mean, you know, if you get out of your way, like with me, I like to think that I have clarity right now in life. You know what I mean? But in particular, I've known this girl since 1986, so that was prior to. You know, I was actually in the streets at that point. You know what I mean? So we were best friends, not just friends. We were best friends, and it was really kind of like it took me from 86 to 99 for us to actually get in a relationship. We were friends, and then we actually get into a relationship till 99. So again, it's like, yes, you know, people say, well, why you ain't marry this one? Why you ain't hook up with this one? It's like, that's no substance. I'm a substance person. So for me, it ain't about the glitz and the glamour, it's about the substance. You know, when you take a picture, you have the flash, and then you have the substance. That's that picture. That'll last you forever. I'm not caught up on all that. Again, that's second nature to me. I've been doing it all my life, so it doesn't really mean anything. So in terms of how I know that she's the one, or how I know that it's organic, is I know her. I know everything about her. I knew that she knows everything about me.
Well, I just had this question about your spirituality, since you told us that moves you to do everything. So I'm just trying to get the years and the decades down here. So it was 86 to 99. You were in a relationship with her from 99. Was that relationship from 99 all the way to the present?
No, off and on.
Okay, so it was off and on.
Off and on.
Okay, so it takes like 15 years for the spirit to move you.
No.
I just want to know, like, you know, as they talk about these people that want to get married all the time. Again, I don't know whether or not they want to wait 15 years.
Let me say something to you. Again, it's not about when you say it is. It's about when the creator say it is. So it don't matter. I'm saying it can happen today. It can happen in 20 years from now. We don't know. We don't know anything. I'm saying, you know, he's the creator of everything. So again, I don't know. Again, I think about the things that I've done and the things that I've been through. It took me, I'm constantly elevating and constantly learning. Again, it's not a certain day. It's not a date. You know what I mean? And that's the thing I think that really kind of hurts me when I hear with women. They say, well, I feel like, you know, I'm getting too old, and I feel like no. It's like when God tell you to do it, that's when you do it. You move it on to that. I don't know no better. So again, I give it to God. That's why I asked him. So there's no date. So I'm constantly getting better. I don't think that I might have been ready at 27 or 37. At 47, I'm ready. 47, I'm ready to hold her at the highest level of respect. Again, I'm a man, and again, I don't want to jump in terms of the questions that she has for me. But again, when he says it's right, that's when it's right.
As far as career-wise, do you plan to do anything different? I know we do a lot of events, but you have a different plan in mind now that you're getting married?
I think that, you know, that the events that I do, they mainly family. So I'm, you know, again, I'll get more detail with the family situation, but no, I mean, this is more family.
More family?
Yeah, more family.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
we're going to have a good old time.
Yeah, I mean, I already do that now. Most of the events that I do now, I kind of weaned away from all the adult stuff that I used to do and just really doing with our children and trying to galvanize the family, because the family structures is broke down totally. So again, I can't go out there saying, well, we should live as a family and I'm a gigolo. Like, that don't work. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go get myself together first, and I'm going to do it, and then see how it works a bit before I try to bring it to the people about doing it. So again,
we're talking about gigolo. I mean,
yes.
Not saying gigolo. We're talking about gigolo.
Yes.
You know, a lot of us. I'm not going to talk in absolutes. I'm just talking about a lot of us. We like different people, a variety of people.
Yes.
And I've known you to know
Absolutely.
like a variety of people.
Absolutely.
How is it going to be to really just settle down to one person when I know a variety is always at your door? Everybody.
Absolutely. I don't know if everybody wants me, but you know. But
I see people chasing you all the
again,
time.
you know, I'm gonna use this analogy, right? My uncle used to own an ice cream parlor, right? And prior to me working in there, I used to love banana boats, love them. Then I started working in there, and of course, could have them at any time. It became not the thing that I desired no more. Again, you know, you travel all around the world, and again, I've been blessed to be able to travel around the world probably since about '86. Extensive travel, and again, it's empty. Again, like I said, flash and substance. At the end of the day, at 47 years old, it's not as appealing, it's not fulfilling as more. So again, I say you let a one-night thrill mess up you and your girl. I got so much more here than I have over here. So again, I'm saying my own selfish desires don't outweigh, I'm saying, the desire that us as in a relationship have. So.
And she is a wonderful woman. That's my girl right there.
Absolutely. She's a fireball. So, you know. Again.
I just want to commend you, Mr. Mack. You know.
Thank you so very much.
As far as you saying you're not being religion, you're spiritual, and you know that it came from above. You know, it took you 15 years to figure out. You had your fun. You did what you had to do. And God sent that woman to you instead of you looking for someone. And you know, I always hear people say, "Well, I'm looking for the right man. I'm trying to find the right man." Wait, he'll come. Wait, she'll come. You know, if you have patience. And he was patient. He had his fun. Now he's ready to settle down and present this woman as his wife to the world. You know, and that's what happened.
Amen. Preach, sister. You know.
Yeah, I definitely think that's important.
That's what happened. You know, so
when you say I'm looking for,
right?
Again,
I'm looking for this.
Yeah.
Why can't I find this?
Yeah.
Why can't I? The reason why is because you're looking, and you're looking in the wrong places, and then you don't want the right things to go. You know, accordingly to how it should go.
Part two coming up. We're going to talk about all about marriages. Right now it's right about Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack is in the house. Anyway, let's talk about the wedding.
Charlie Mack.
The wedding is planned. It's all out there. Talk about the wedding. Who planned it? Did you have the colors in mind? Is it your favorite? Did you have any part in the whole planning of this banging wedding that I know is going to happen?
I've had the full hand in it because to me, again, as I told you, I've taken that on as a responsibility. So for me, everything that she desires, everything that she wants, it's my job to give her that. So, again, you know, so I've been involved in it from start to finish.
So, with you knowing so many people and connecting with so many friends, how did you determine which men will be in your wedding?
Again, you know, we talk about a village. It says it takes a village, right? So again, you know, although I've met and I know a lot of people, it's been a core group of people that really have been instrumental in terms of developing who I am. And I've been fortunate enough actually from 76 to 2012 to have the men that actually were instrumental in that to be a part of that. So those men will be present. That's a blessing in itself. You know what I mean? I actually be able to see, and they'll see my development because I've been through it, you know what I mean? Again, I mean, like I tell Will, I'm saying Will, y'all know him, you know, of course, my friend Will Smith. And I say to him, I said, you don't have the best life. I said, I do. He's like, why you say that? I said, because I live on the extreme. It ain't too many people that can go and sit with Nelson Mandela one night and then be with Pookie the crackhead the next night and never be at a disadvantage. Like, again, I'm saying I live in both situations where Will, he can't just walk down the street here, where I could do that, you know what I mean? But then I can go to L.A. and be, you know, hanging out with Jamie the same way, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm never feeling like I'm overwhelmed or I shouldn't be there. In any situation I'm in, I should be there. So that's how I feel, you know what I mean? So again, I'm gonna have my group of men that shaped and molded me to be there present to see me become complete. Because I feel like man ain't complete without a woman, woman isn't complete without a man. So that particular day, on my birthday, that's why I picked my birthday. Because, again, that's a real significant time for me. At 4:32 in the evening, the sun sets at that point, you know what I mean? I just feel like I want to let go of that old guy and born and have a birth of this new person. So, yeah, so that's what.
Now, with all the friends, what's the guest list? What's the guest list look like? How many people for real? Like, is it going to be a whole lot of people? Is it a big, huge?
No, let me tell you. I'm one of them type of people. I like to go against the grain. Like, it clearly could have been 3,000 people, clearly. Again, but that's not the core of who you are. Like when I look in that room, I don't want to just have random people there. Like again, we all seen each other before, but I don't know these people. You know what I mean? So I can open up the doors and say, okay, come to my wedding. That's not what I'm about. I want the core. I want to look in that room and I know and respect her. I know and love her. I know and respect him. I know, and they feel the same way about me. Just when we know each other. And I've seen you around. Like that's not what I want. So I've been really struggling with it because again, I had to condense it down to 300 people. And I had to really do it. So I had to get to the point where I called you up. I said, no, if you're not married, then you can't bring your boyfriend. If you're not married, you can't bring your girlfriend. So if I don't know you and she doesn't know you, then again, we have to really kind of like condense that down to 300 people. And it's difficult. It really is. It's difficult. Because I got people calling me, like I got people randomly, so what's up, Charlie? How you feeling? What's going on? Yeah. So yeah, I heard you get married. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah. So and then you feel bad because I'm saying these are people. I'm saying again, like it'll be like a friend of mine, say like Darryl Schuler. Yes, I'm saying that's a friend of mine, right? And again, Darryl, this is what he represents. I'm saying he's still very much out there. That doesn't, in terms of where I'm going, that doesn't represent where I'm going. And so I got to like you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things you got to kind of like draw the line. And so I've drew that line that I'm drawing it down to 300 people. And that's what it is, 300 people.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can answer your question when we come back. This is Single on a Saturday Night, right here at Kia Gray's Steak and Seafood Restaurant. We are still single, still loving it, but you know what? This is all about love and marriage. And some people want to get there, some people don't. But either way, we just love love. All right, let's go to a break. Austin Fine Photography, DJ Romy Rome, Dr. Shock. I never really mentioned him, but Dr. Shock is in the house. So thank you to Dr. Shock and Austin Fine Photography. Let's go to a break.
Yo, what's up? This is Reverend Carvin Higgins from Southern Baptist Church, and I'm just reaching out to you just to give you some more truth. The truth is we got to start learning how to love each other. The issue is we don't love each other and we don't love ourselves, so we start doing things to disrespect ourselves and other people. So we have to love each other because love is that glue that brings everything together. And the Word of God tells us that you can have faith, you can have prophecy, you can have gifts, but without love, all of that means absolutely nothing. So what we got to do now is learn how to love each other. Love yourself, love your family, love your friends, love your enemies, love everybody. All right? Easy. Peace.
Special thanks to Q's Hair Boutique, located at 5815 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, PA. Q's Hair Boutique is a full-service salon providing the star treatment for any occasion. Please don't look any further for your next hair appointment. Call Q's Hair Boutique. That's 215-668-9800. In true celebrity fashion, Austin Photography snapped beautiful candidates of all the Single on a Saturday Night group. Austin Fine Photography is located at 4221 Main Street. If you would like to feel like a star, please call Austin Fine Photography at 267-297-7895. This program is brought to you by the following sponsors. Do you want to advertise your product or your service or your event right here in between the hottest show in America? Give us a call at 215-843-1984. Give us a call. If everything's a go, we'll have your commercial advertised on the next show.
Welcome back to Single on a Saturday Night right here at Kia Gray's Seafood and Steak Restaurant with the owner and the chef extraordinaire, Scott Graves. I just had to shout him out because, you know, we love him. So anyway, we have a question from Mr. Chris Armstrong.
From what I hear, what you're saying is, and you're actually surrounding yourself with nothing but married people because that's the atmosphere that you're trying to set because you're getting ready to step in that arena. So you don't really want anybody with the mindset of being single, looking, playing the field. You want people there who have the mindset of marriage because that's what you're getting ready to step into.
Yeah, I think you want to surround yourself with people that's like-minded. You know, again, I think if you want to be great, then you got to be around great people. You know, if you go, as I say, if you're around 10 broke people, then you're gonna be 11 broke person. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, you want to be around people that's like that.
We have any questions from the audience? Anybody want to say anything, audience?
Okay. I have a question. Most of the people that I know that are married usually chose to get married younger in life. And I do counsel some people that are older that are trying to make a union and a commitment. And one of the things that I often hear is that when you get to be 47, you have lived a certain life and you're set in your ways and you have gained certain assets, where you live, who you are, what you do. I don't know how old your fiance is, but I'm assuming she's somewhere in the neighborhood of 40. Well, she's not 20 years old. She's accumulated some things and has started her life. So can you talk a little more about the process of what it took for the two of you to now become one?
Great, I love that.
Yeah.
So, I was not one to definitely go and get counseling and therapy, and in particular, people of color, we look at therapy and counsel sometimes, we equate that with being kind of like off a little bit mentally, but it's like the farthest thing from the truth. It's like totally not the truth. I had a counseling session 5 days ago. We were actually, and I'm going to give y'all some information, 5 days ago, it almost probably wasn't going to be a wedding. Wow. Because of what you just said, right? And then I went and met, and just so let me just tell you where it's at. I'm Muslim, so you know that. But we went and got counseling from a bishop. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now Bishop James Dow Robinson, Yeshua Ministries, 23rd and Snyder, and we sat down, and he actually had me open up the Bible, and it just like, when I'm telling you, it put on like less than 20 minutes. It was like putting on glasses. It became so. It was like somebody moved the moon from in front of the sun. And it was said this is the issue, right? And again, as I stated, some people might be happy about it, some people might not agree with it, some people might say he's crazy. But again, it ain't my words. This is God's words, right? That in the beginning, Jesus talked to Adam, and he told him this is your garden for you to dress it and keep it. Okay? Eve was not even present at all, right? So that's what he said from the beginning. And it became clear to me what it was. It's like, don't talk to me about what Eve is doing. Don't talk to me about what she thinks. Don't talk to me about any of that. I told you to dress it and keep it. I put her here for you to assist you. So again, that's your responsibility. Everything here is your responsibility. So instead of me battling her and going at her and trying to make her, like you hear men say, you're going to respect me. I'm a man. Why do you have to say that? Why do you have to argue with that? I feel like when you argue, you're not clear about what it is. It became clear to me that, again, I'll never ever, at that point, I'll never ever argue with a woman again. I'll never, ever again. Ever again. I'll never argue with a woman, because again, it's like this. Like I look at it like if I had light in his hand, correct? Right? And I say, Shelly, can you see this? And she says, no. It's my job to make it, open it up until she actually can see it fully. It's my job. It's not on her. It's my responsibility to make it clear for her. So again, I understand what the responsibility of me being a man, and that's the part that I went in there like, okay, how am I going to make her see that I'm the man? Like, no, it's like I was going to battle, going to make her, I was going to like force her to do that. That's not what it's for. And power ain't yours to abuse it. It's to protect you. It's to uplift you. That's what he told me to do. He told me to protect you. He told me to uplift you. He told me to keep you. And keeping you, that's what it is. It's about protecting, again, everything and everybody, and again, my woman in particular, making sure that she's safe. That's my responsibility. So at that point in time, it became very clear to me. I was like, yes, the wedding's on 1,010%, because I got it. I didn't have it prior to me going in there. So again, that's what makes a difference at 47. I might not receive that again at 27 or 37. At 47, I'm just looking for, I'm like a cup right now. I'm looking for positive reinforcement. And I even said that day, I said, God, you need to give me a message of whether I'm supposed to get married or not today. And again, I have such an intimate relationship with God that he gives it to me like that. Like I'm talking about like that. That happened with less than 4 hours. Because when I was coming down there, I wasn't going in there, I'm talking about arrogant and cocky and forget it, you know what I mean, it's over. I wasn't on that page. I'm like, please give me something, please. And he did that. I'm talking about, again, very clear, because I always say, God ain't the author of confusion. He made it very clear, it's very black and white. I think we as people, we make it a kaleidoscope. It ain't that. It's very clear. God gave you direct instructions. He didn't talk to Eve, he spoke to Adam. And so I'm Adam, and I'm clear about my responsibility, and I humbly accept it, that I'm responsible for that young lady. Again, not in an abusive way, but uplift her and protect her. So.
This is Single on a Saturday night. This is the end of the show, but we know we're going to come back next week, and we want to know about sex. the sex life, and we want to find out what this sex life is all about, because you know most people don't want to get married because what I've heard, not saying I don't know for sure, but what I've heard is sex life stops once you get married, or sometimes you have these long droughts, and I'm not with that. So I just want to know.
Okay, Shelly. Okay.
I just want to know what it's like. So when we come back, the next show next week, you got to come back next week if you want to hear all about this. This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you to everyone who helps us put the show together. Gillum Productions, that's Howard Gillum Jr. Austin Fine Photography, DJ Romy Rome 88.1 every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And of course, we are right here at Kia Grace Steak and Seafood Restaurant. I think you had somebody.
Oh, you always have to remember, today is actually Small Business Saturday. Shout out to Alicia Burbage at Issues, a Shoe Teak. Check them out on 60th and Sampson.
All right, we'll see you next week right here, right here. Boom.